Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
Sources told us that we would start our exchanges on the weekend, Saturday and/or Sunday. I think that's great. What we're seeing and witnessing is something we've never seen before and not at this level. Something's afoot, and I think it's a powerful time frame for us to see something different with Iraq. Sadr has been talking to us and telling us we were all going to go out and protest because we haven't received all the things that have been promised to us, but this morning Sadr came on television and said the Million Man March has been cancelled, no longer useful, he says. Frank, why are we not going to do it? Because they're going to give us what they promised us. Emo, he's calling off the march because Sadoni asked him not to do the march. Fed and Powell unleash chaos across markets with a not a crisis at all rate cut of 50 basis points. I like this article from Iraq. They are saying they have a lot of foreign currency and ways to defend their exchange rate. Why is this important? They are telling us Iraq is ready. Al-Sudani leaves for New York early next week to participate in the UN General Assembly meetings. If the IQD were revalued to 25 cents to 1 Iraq dinar, based on 1 million IQD, you would profit $250,000. Your tax liability just on the $250,000 would place you at a 35% tax rate. Your tax would be $83,188, single/no dependents. You would only receive $166,812. Let's say the IQD readjusts to 80 cents to 1. That would be a profit of $800,000 minus the fees to exchange. You would be taxed at 37%. This would be $284,901 owed in taxes. You would only receive $515,000. This does not include your state taxes. This is not a game. No one said it was fair. I do not want to hear about what a new president will do, because if this happens within the next year, a new president cannot help you. Congress has to vote on new tax laws. I want the same thing you do. Trust me, I would love nothing better to wake up in the morning and find out that the zeros are still on the dinar, but they've magically changed the exchange rate to $3.22. That would be awesome. I would rate my warm and fuzzy feeling at about a 9.9 right now. It's very warm and very fuzzy. It was a fantastic news week from Iraq. They are being told budget tables are approved and HCL is coming. Redemption Center/banking folks on a shortened on-call for this weekend in case they are needed. These are people that work in wealth management for large banks. Comment: I am still hearing RV in September. Marks: I am still hearing that as well. I hope it's accurate. Al-Sudani leaves for New York early next week to participate in the UN General Assembly meetings. Redemption Center staff have been trained. The QFS is fully integrated. Things are defiantly happening behind the scenes. We are going to be celebrating this week. Alak points out the decline in the price of oil has nothing to do with the rise in the exchange rate, because Iraq has reserves for foreign currencies which enables it to defend the exchange rate. That's what central banks do, my friends. They defend the exchange rate. That does not matter whether it's at 1,310, which they've done, or if it's going to be at whatever the real effective exchange rate is going to be in the future. They've worked this out. This isn't something brand new. They know what they're doing. The Drop the Three Zeros project is still going to be applied. A report by the British oil price website, which specializes in economic and energy affairs, confirmed on Thursday that oil markets are exposed to a storm of economic concerns, which led to an extended decline in oil prices. exacerbated by the latest phase of hedging by banks, as the crushing decline pushed the prices of crude oil and oil products to the most bearish limits since the beginning of the global financial crisis in 2008. The price of a barrel of oil, which reached $68 since September 10, represents the lowest price since December 2021, and while oil prices have risen by about $5 per barrel per week since then, commodity analysts at Standard Chartered indicated that this represents a limited recovery at the present time, he added. Oil markets are ignoring the imminent reduction of more barrels from the market in the coming months as Russia, Iraq and Kazakhstan have submitted their compensation plans to the OPEC Secretariat for the excess crude oil production for the first 6 months of 2024. According to OPEC, the entire excess production will be fully compensated over the next 15 months until September 2025, with Russia cutting 480,000 barrels per day, Iraq 1,184,000 barrels per day and Kazakhstan 620,000 barrels per day, he continued. The report explained that high-level visits to Iraq and Kazakhstan by OPEC Secretary-General Haytham Al-Ghais indicate that OPEC intends to follow through on the promised cuts. Al-Ghais said after visiting Baghdad, "I received strong assurances that Iraq remains fully committed to ongoing market stabilization efforts." During this visit, Iraq presented clear and decisive steps to compensate for overproduction and gave assurances that it will achieve full compliance in the future.